Hey there, gang. So, recording this on Thanksgiving morning, but I wanted to expand on something I was talking about in the last video. We were talking about modulation and how different modulation waveforms, LFOs, can affect the EQ of your signal. Duh. But it's actually an important consideration. But let's take that a little bit further. Let's talk about EQ in general in regard to pedals. So what I have found, and I'm sure some of you have found this as well, is that certain pedals strung together, and I'm not including buffers into this equation because yes, we'll get there with buffers, but the actual circuit of pedals, the electronics therein, the circuit boards, the layouts, whatever, they all affect your signal chain, right? Like certain pedals have certain EQ curves. They do. To wit, I was playing around with my Line 6 Pod Go. I love my Pod Go. I also love my HX Stomps, and we'll talk about some multi-effects in the future. But I had the same patch, and well, the only difference between one patch and the other was a delay. And it wasn't one of the delays that you would normally ascribe to being something that would affect your signal that much, but it really had a pretty noticeable effect on the low end. And I was going back and forth and going, oh wow, yeah, just engaging that pedal with no high cut, low cut, anything engaged really affects the low end of my signal. So it's the same with pedals. As you bring certain pedals into your chain, you will notice a change. Now that could be a good change or that could be a negative change. So this is why we're having this conversation. We'll get to EQ pedals later because we have to be very delicate with those, just like we have to be in post-production. Simply the EQ of circuits stacked together in a chain will affect your signal and your overall happiness. Okay, so think about that. That's why we're having this conversation, is that I have noticed from 30 years of experience that chaining things together that have nothing to do with being an EQ pedal per se will have a positive or a negative effect on the EQ, on the tone of your signal. That's what we're here for. So if you have any other questions, let me know. I hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving and you were safe out there and you didn't eat too much, and we'll go on to the next chapter pretty soon, all right? Thanks for watching.